Hello everybody and welcome back to Green Hell. Okay, as you can see, I've been a little bit busy. I put in all of the frames. Oh, and yes, there's some mud. I've put in all the frames I'm going to put in. This took quite a while to work out. I can't come over this direction anymore because the water's getting too deep. On both, surprisingly, on both shores. So that's as far as that can come. Just don't want to knock any of this mud off. Okay, here we go. So you can see here, this is all these spaces that you can see here. I put in ghost frames and then tried to see if I could put in the furthest most post without starting to swim, and I couldn't. So this is as far this way as the base is going to go. Now over to this side, it's a little bit different. I've put another shed here because this is quite long, so you'll be able to access the base from either side. I've put in a shed also here to access this rock with all the snails, because the snails make a really good snack. Alright, so over here I can't put in it anymore here because of this rock that stops both sides of these frames going. And this way, I can't put one here because of these rocks here. Can't put another one because of this rock, but I could put one here, and I think I could put one here as well. But I don't see the point in keep going too much past here, just because it's gonna start getting a little bit ruly and a bit too long. So these sides here I think will just be walls, maybe for food areas. I haven't really put too much thought into the plan of what's going to go where yet, but we're going to have plenty of room. So I'll just let's pop up on this rock a bit more. There we go. It's a bit of, yeah, so it's a fair size, really weird shaped, but yeah, so there's just this one point here where it's only one frame wide. Other than that, it's, yeah, I don't even know how long this bit is. I haven't actually counted. All I know is it's going to take an awful lot of mud. So I've some mud I prepared earlier. There. What else have I done? I got another turtle, so there's a couple more shells there. There's yeah, lots of frogs. Many colours. I did end up doing a second dryer because I came across a cappy which I took down, and this dryer was still full, so I had a heap of cappy meat, so I built another one. I think it's all full. Yep, they're both full, so we're not lacking now in meat. I think this is the last bag of chips I think I've got on me. I wanted to get it out of the chest to free up some room. Caught a bass in the trap over there, so that was a nice surprise, because I've only been getting discus fish in there and they're not very big and not really worth it. So another discus fish. Take that out. Just oops. Yeah, I'm not really bothered about that. That's not particularly appetizing. So the snails are handy though, so that's why I put that little ramp there. So I start to chop it. You can see over there, it's a little bit bare. That's where I've started taking the bamboo from. because as you can see, there's all this section here is all bamboo frames, because I do not want to take any more wood than I have to now, because I want to keep that for you know, I'll probably need some chests obviously in the base, which will require logs for planks, and I'll also want some beds, planter beds, whether they're big ones or small ones, they'll all need logs. So I don't want to take any more logs now, so this is going to get hit hard to go up another level, and then another level, and then I can maybe even do that cheat level as well, depending on how many logs we've got. So I might do that end there as maybe a planter area with some plants to get some plants going. So, because there's a few banana trees over here, but I've not come across many of those trees with the green fruits on them, which are extremely handy. I've got seeds back at my other base though, if I can't find any here to harvest. So that's why I won't be taking any more wood trees, because yeah, they're definitely needed. So this is just going to have to be a whole load of putting in mud now, because can't really do much else until this entire floor area is finished. But I do want to build up, as long as there's enough bamboo, I will build up as high as I can go. That area over there is quite dense. It goes back quite a way, it goes around that bend, so I'm really hoping there's going to be enough. I have no idea what I'm going to do with all the space though. Because we're on the river, I won't really need a lot of showers like I had at my other base, because if we need to wash we can just go for a swim. But I'll probably put one in, just because I can. Again, that does take more logs, but which is why I'll probably only do one. Of course, I will do some of the big no, that's this one. The mud water filters. Of course, I'll build those. Thankfully, they don't need logs, so that's good. Because honestly, don't think you can have too many of those. Yeah, as much fresh water as you need, especially during the dry season. I'll probably build a couple of the regular water collectors, like those two over there, because they are extremely handy, quick run by, and they'll always be producing water. Say some dryers, food dryers. What else? Say some chests. I mean, I built a lot of chests at my other base because there were so many trees, but here I'm not so sure that will be a. Honestly, I won't need. I hoarded a lot of stuff at the other base that just won't be needed here. A bed, obviously, a proper bed. I'm still just sleeping in the hammock because there's nowhere to put a proper bed yet. What else? I suppose a weapons rack for my weapons that I'm not using. I've not tried that trick with the torch again though. Although I've noticed here, of course, it's not so dark at night because you don't have all the tree foliage blocking the light here. So it'll be interesting to see how light the base is once it's got a roof and and some walls. I'll probably do a similar thing here that I did with the other base though, and probably just put the short walls, short bamboo walls in, but not cover them with mud, so you've still got the view out, and of course it's less mud then as well. So, oh look, that will be an awful lot of bamboo long sticks, but that'll be something we'll be able to grow. There's a lot in there though, trees and sticks, so I'm not sure how that will go. I need a bit of mud to go in the furnace, because now that we're starting to make a lot more mud, we'll need more of the camp ash. And that's what I'm doing at the moment. I'm harvesting the charcoal to use for camp ash, because the little bit of camp ash I had is gone. It's like, oh no, I've still got some on me. Oh no, that was charcoal that I harvested. So that's what I'm doing here. I'll need to have a fairly decent supply. All my sticks despawned, unfortunately. Oh, wasn't surprising though. They lasted for maybe, I don't know, 4 or 5 in-game days. So that was not too bad, I suppose. But yeah, I should have lit the furnace earlier and got that going. So this is the tedious part, running back and forward with the mud. But once we've got a way across on without having to run through the water, it will be a little bit quicker. I haven't counted actually how many roofs need to be done here, because if I count how many there are, then I'll count how many actual pieces of mud I need, and yeah, it's gonna be a lot. Yeah, I don't want to count, because it looks to me like it's going to be somewhere around maybe 200, rough guesstimate. Yeah, somewhere between 150 and 200, I think. So that's going to take a little bit of time. I've got, because I can't really stand around and wait for the rain, I've got all my bidons on me, so I can fill straight away. The rain's not sustained at the moment to keep doing it. So I think what we'll do is we'll get a whole load of this done and out, so we can have more going. Yeah, because we're so close to the water here, I think it would be fairly pointless to have the 2 mixers like I did previously. That was to stop me having to run backwards and forwards a lot. This is nice and close, so first. It does make a difference being so close to the water, I've got to admit. I didn't realise how much of a difference, because I thought running up that little bank at the cocaine camp was fine. You know, sometimes you got a little bit tired doing it, but I thought it was close enough that it wasn't really a bother. But now that I'm close to the water, oh yeah, that was yeah. It could have been worse, of course. Could have been at the airfield trying to get water. That's what I meant. Oh, map. So the airfield's here, and I can't remember how easy it is to get to this water here. I know you've got this grapple point here and a scuba part there, but even still, that is a fair way to go. There is, I actually haven't done it, there's a grapple point up here, I believe. That's about the only place I didn't get to because I forgot to go. I went because I wanted to build a base around here. I built a small shelter here, and then decided it just wasn't going to work, so I left. But that's a long way to travel. There's a little bit of water here, but if you've got to grapple, you can't grapple carrying mud. I'm sure I saw someone on Steam saying they built here and they carried water from Anaconda Island, and I'm like, how? So, yeah, I mean, it's the perfect spot, of course, but just, yeah, if you think that the tiny little way you had to run for the water at the cocaine camp was something that airfield, or I've got to admit that base I did see, it was in the Green Hill discussions on Steam. It was a fabulous base. Just so much room. I don't remember what the tree situation is like around there. If there's any bamboo to help with the building. Oh, nice, yeah, rain. Oh, I didn't realise it had started raining. So I'll let that fill up while we put some more in here. Really glad I got to be able to build around this fern, this palm here. Just didn't want to cut it down. It seemed pointless to cut it down. I didn't have to. Yeah, I mean, if I'd cut it, I could have put a frame in here. But it wouldn't have been it probably wouldn't have been an area I would have particularly, wanted to put I wouldn't say furniture because there's not furniture unless you count chests. It was more of a traversing area to get from one side of the base to the other, so not bothered that it's only the one frame wide there. It's going to be a weird shaped base, but it'd be nice to do something a bit different. I don't need to worry about, is this side equal to that side? Oh, making him go a bit hard again. How are we going for... Ooh. Oh, let's have a wash. Actually, let's go for a swim. Go and have a look at the... Yep. Swim around here. Oh wow, it takes a while to clean yourself off while you swim. When you're fully dirty. Yeah, so see if I come over here to where you see this area here, there's no way I could put a frame in. Same with here. This is all swimming area. Yep, so that's why so I couldn't even put the bamboo frame in on this bank. It had to be wood. So this has just got the one ramp here because it's not very wide, and I wouldn't have been able to have gone much further this way anyway because of this dead tree. So I decided just to leave it. I was trying, see, look, you're swimming already. I was hoping to maybe get another one in here, but you can't, so it's fine how it is. But yeah, just wanted to show you that, yeah, that it does drop off quite quickly to a deep area. Okay, water's good. Let's eat that bag of chips. Oh, we still need a few more carbs. Let's eat this fish. And that nut. And let's go see if we can find some bananas. There should be some. I'm hoping they've spawned back in. There's none that way. Yep, there we go. Excellent. And it's the tree you don't need to jump for. Although 2's a bit sad. Where is it? No, that one's not spawned back in. And I can't... Oh, I don't think that one spawned back in, but I did just see some. Yeah, we'll take these. And then we might only need one banana. Oh no, that filled us up. Oh, excellent. Cool. So what I might do is I might just drop... Sorry, I'm just checking the time. It's still over. I might just drop those into the chest. Just to free up a little bit. Oh, there was the ones on here anyway. See, I needed to free up a bit of room. No, not you. Free up a bit of room in my chest. That's why I took out all those bags of chips and thought I'd get rid of them. I've still got some juice there, which I keep forgetting I've got. Might grab one of those out so I've got it on me. It doesn't weigh a lot. Yes, found a couple of birds on the ground, killed one. This one here, I'm not sure how long he's going to take before he despawns, but I was using him as a trail marker while I was over that side of the river, because I've not really explored over there too much, so I got a little bit turned around the first time I went over there to look for some logs. So I was using the bird as a trail marker so I could see where I had left stuff that I'd cut down. Works, I would say works about 95% of the time. You can see the bright colours quite clearly, so you know where you need to go back to. Sometimes it's... yeah, sometimes it doesn't quite work so well. Well, these butterflies are so pretty. Because, you know, I suppose if you were lost in the jungle in real life, you would probably need something like that. You know, if you had of course you'd want to keep your clothes, I guess, but if you had excess clothes, say, a jacket or something, wouldn't particularly need that in the Amazon, but if it was had some colour on it, you might be able to tear it into strips and tie it onto trees to let you know where you had been or hadn't been, stuff like that. Because you can see that quite clearly from there, it's quite bright. And the blue frogs as well are also quite bright. I tried using one of the yellow, I think it was a yellow frog that I'd killed. Yeah, one like this. I tried using one of them, but they actually blended in a little bit too much, to be honest, in the undergrowth. So, and of course the green frogs were pointless because, yeah, I dropped one and then had real big trouble trying to find it again, which was quite amusing, running around looking for a dead frog. Didn't work so well. I did find him eventually. He wasn't. I wasn't using him as a trail marker. I was trying to see if he would work as well. So it took me about 10 minutes to find him. So yes, that didn't work. I think because I picked him up, he ended up despawning quicker than if I just killed him and left him. So I swear he was around here somewhere, and then I've just logged back into the game and he wasn't there, so... Because generally I don't move the frogs, I just leave them where they are. Because they take longer to spawn back into the game. Oh, we're out of ash. We're out of charcoal. Okay, let's grab another few pieces. I don't try not to carry too many at once. how the... Yeah, see that the camp ash weighs 0.2, but the charcoal weighs 0.4. So if you are not needing your charcoal for charcoal, but you're needing charcoal for camp ash, harvest it straight away if weight's an issue, because it does weigh fractionally less. And sometimes those 0.2 makes all the difference as to whether you're overburdened or not. Oh, I'm standing around. Okay, we're doing this. I mean, we've all been at that point where, you know, you're 0.1 over and it's like, oh, but I need everything I've got. What am I going to do? Generally, in that instance, if I've got sticks, I drop a stick. Sometimes it's not sticks. Sometimes you've got no sticks and everything you're carrying, you feel like I need all of it. So, yeah, sometimes it does come down to that 0.1 or 0.2 variation in weight. I should probably... Oh, or wait till we get to actually the frame where that ramp is. Not that the mixer's that close to there, but it might be better just to run along the bank than run up here to put that mud in. Oh, it's getting a bit late in the day, isn't it? Oh, it is too. Alright, let's put this last one in. Get that out. Get another lot ready. Oops. Yeah, I think once we're at that, I've got that frame done that shed is attached to, we'll start going up that shed. Oh, I think it might be a bit quicker to work from there. So we're officially off daylight saving now, and my cats are confused. I can always tell what time of day it is by my cats come and sit and stare at me because it's dinner time. Dinner time for them is about 5 o'clock. And the cats came in today and they started staring at me. I was like, it's not, like they were like about an hour and a half early. And then of course I realised, oh, daylight saving. Their stomachs are still on daylight saving time. So for them, they would be thinking they'd be getting fed in half an hour, but it was an hour and a half. So, oh, I felt guilty. They were all just looking at me. And I'm like, no, if I can't feed you now, because if I feed you an hour earlier, you're going to want food an hour earlier tomorrow as well. So, oh, I felt a little bit guilty though. They were all sitting. I've got 3 cats and a dog. The dog eats when the cats do, but he doesn't come and stare at me waiting for dinner. One of my cats, she doesn't eat the same food that the others do, so she doesn't do that. But the others, they just sit there and stare, and it's like, oh, they really, you know, they always say dogs guilt you with their puppy dog eyes and stuff. Cats do it. They so do it. But sometimes they look at you like, yeah, not with puppy dog's eyes. It's like, yeah, planning something. So it's really funny. And I say, I did feel a little bit guilty once I realised why they were early. But too bad. It's nearly time. So that'll be right. Yeah, I probably shouldn't swim while I'm tired. Because, yeah, imagine, I haven't actually done it. A couple of times in the game where I've been close to dropping because I've been, you know, I've not been near somewhere I can sleep and I have fainted. If I've been near water, I always make sure I'm out of the water. So assuming you can drown if you drop in the water, just not tried it. Alright, do we need to top up on anything beforehand? Just some water, I think. And yeah, that'll be fine. We can grab. Got those 2 bananas. No, I put them in the chest, didn't I? That's alright. Then we'll grab a piece of meat off the dryer and 1 or 2 of those bananas. There's there's those mushrooms on that log where the chest is anyway, so that's good. We might need, possibly need a couple of nuts. I don't recall if I put nuts in the chest. No, I think I ate my last one, so I might just need to check to see if there's any nut trees around. Oh, did I? Oh, I probably should have drunk that. It's got a few carbs. Oh, not to worry. And actually, no, I'll put that back. I thought I might need a little bit more, but no, the cappy filled me up. Eat. Yeah, no, that's good. We'll grab 1 of those. And that. Yep. Right. Let's just see. Yeah, oh, perfect timing. I like that. Oh, no, not you. There we go. Grab 1 of those. Excellent, and we should all be perfectly. Yeah, I could probably eat 1 more mushroom, but I'm not going to. It's not that desperate. Right. Oh, we didn't finish that one. Oh, I thought it was actually closer to that frame with the ramp on it than we are still. I think when we finish this one, we'll go and put the mud in the frame, in the shed, and start going up that shed instead. 1 more. Then it'll perhaps use a little less energy. Alright. So, honestly, I could have probably, I could have maybe put a couple more frames in at that end. And I could have maybe gone around that rock and had the rock in the, sorry, cheating here. Had the rock in the center as a little feature piece, I suppose, but no, I don't see the point of going up much further. I tossed up as to whether to come this far anyway, because I thought it was getting too close to here. Because, no, that's right, I can't put that in because of the rock. No, so we couldn't anyway. Maybe I did check that. And yeah. I'm sure there was one other point I could have put one in and decided not to. Just because it looked a bit silly. Like it made no sense to be there. Yeah, no, I mean it's already too deep there anyway. No, I'd have to check that. I'm sure there was one. I thought I could have put 1 more frame in. So I just like it having a definite sort of. Alright, yeah, a bit more symmetrical end. I didn't want one that had like one extra one extra frame out. You know, these end at the same spot, so yeah, I couldn't put a middle one in. I couldn't put one in the middle here though, because yeah, the rock's in the way. The rocks, I know that it won't let me because it doesn't like it when you've got a ghost anything next to it. But no, this rock was in the way, I think, of the putting the frame on the bottom here. That's really close. So yeah, there's a lot of work to do. It's an awful lot of mud. So I'll probably do a lot of that mud work. You know, getting it out of the mixer. And I'll carry it up onto here and just place it in. But I'll do most of the mud work. But say getting it out of the mixer, I'll do that off screen and stuff. Let's get in a bit of, there we go, take Max. And I can't get that one, excellent. So let's go and pop that into the chest. We don't need to carry all that around, because it is a lot. See how that's double stacking on top of itself? I suppose we can just keep all that on us. It's about 800 grams each, I suppose. I mean 800 grams to the total. Oh, that's a lot, isn't it? 200 grams per. Yeah. I say, but we'll use it quick enough anyway. So I think we'll leave that there for today. It doesn't look like we've got a lot achieved, but yeah, you know, putting mud in is a little bit of a chore. But yeah, it's looking pretty good. Makes it easier to come up here now and stand rather than try and balance on the frames to try and get a view on things. It's very long. It's going to be very long. Pretty butterflies. Let's see if I don't think I got the butterfly in the shot then. Bugger. I'm not sure if I got that one either. Oh crap. Oh well. Can always take a screenshot of dead frogs, I suppose. Oh dear. But yeah, that is most of that's going to end up going. It does go further around than you think, and it goes further back and up and on top. So it'll be for the chop, most of it, I expect. That's so pretty. So anyway, we will leave the episode there, and yeah, I don't know. It's a whole lot of mud. It wasn't very exciting, but there's not much else you can do with mud, I suppose. So anyway, I will see you all. I hope you all have a good weekend, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye.